Welcome back to my channel. So of course it's going to be a hair review. Now I have been wearing this hair for a while now. I would say it's been about a month I have had this wig. I say hair, but I've had this wig for about a month. Okay, so I could definitely give you all a full out review. I mean, I'm about to give you the low down dirty specs on this wig, and you know I'm gonna keep it 1000 with you. I have a lot of things to say, but I'm gonna try not to make this video too long. Now, like I have told you all, I have been wearing this hair for about a month now consistently. I wear this hair to work. I wear this wig to work because I mean, everybody wants like that short curly type bob. It's just fun, quick and easy, and that's why I was just like, great, I'm so happy that I received the wig like this, because a lot of people ask me about curly bobs and a lot of people just want this nice look, and I love it too. Okay, so let me go ahead and let you guys know before I get into my spill of things what company this is from. I received this wig from a company called YSwigs. Okay. So that's the company name. Please do not get them confused with the rest of the wig companies that have like a G or a Y in them, but it is YSwigs. I will have links down below for this particular wig and this particular hair. I cannot remember off the top of my head exactly like the name of the wig and things like that, but however, what I do remember is that the wig is like 14, I think it was 14 inches long. So let me get into that. Okay, let me get into like the length and all. Let me get into the length and just the specs. All right, so when I first received this wig, I was just like, OMG, I think this wig is like, I think it's just gorgeous. You know, that's how I was. I felt like before I put it on my head, I felt like the density was good. You know, it didn't really require a whole lot of plucking. I just went in and kind of plucked as needed. Okay, now one thing about the whole plucking situation, the lace that is on this wig is very sensitive. Okay, you already know when you pluck you have to be careful anyway, but the lace on here is sensitive, and the hairs that are on the wig are very tough. Okay, so be really careful if you do plan on purchasing this wig and you are going to pluck it. Okay, because I have plucked quite a few holes in my lace, and I mean the lace just didn't seem as strong as some other laces that some of the other lace that I have worked with. Okay, and the hairs in it are just really in there tight. Okay, I'm glad that they're in there tight because, you know, less shedding. But with all that being said, be careful when you're trying to customize it. I'm going to show you guys some holes that I have put in the unit. Here's a hole right here. I don't know if you guys can really see. And then here is a hole there that is a really big hole, and I was being super careful, but like I said, the lace on here is just really sensitive, so be really careful with that, and I'm not going to fault them for that because of the simple fact, just be careful. Okay, sometimes we're heavy-handed and, you know, we don't really understand. So with that being said, yeah, be mindful of the lace and things like that. Let's move on. The unit was originally 14 inches. Okay, my problem with that was I absolutely loved the unit when it was 14 inches. Okay, it was longer than this. I did want like the bobbish look, but I would rather it a little bit more on my shoulders a bit. And that 14 inch was like here, like something like right there, and it was just perfect. It was like really curly, just sitting on my shoulders. I loved it. But one thing, I'm so sorry guys, I'm like messing up everything. Anyways, but one thing that really caught my attention is that the length of the wig was really off. So I had to question, like, is this supposed to be like some kind of like swing bob or something? Because one side of the unit was literally like leaning, and I'm like, okay, what is going on? So one side was long and one side was short, and I'm just like, okay, I can't walk around like this. Like, I love the length. I did not want to cut it at freaking all, so I did what I could to kind of try and work with it. So when the hair was wet, it looked a lot better when it was wet than dry, because once I like wet it and then when I let it like air dry, you could tell, because when it dries it kind of shrinks up, okay, and the hair grows. Also, this hair will get big and big and big if you mess with it. Okay, I have product in it now, but it will get really big when you mess with it. But anyways, the hair was fine when it was wet, but when it dried it kind of shriveled up, and I had this part up like this, and then I had like a long side, and I was like, okay, now I have to cut it. So that was a major con, because if you do purchase this wig, and that, I'm not saying that that's going to be like that with your wig, but if you purchase it, you may have to cut it, and that may not be the look that you want to go for, because I definitely did want to cut that kind of inches off of the hair. I cut quite a bit of hair off to try to get this wig even. So I think it's somewhat even, although I did not want to do that because I absolutely loved the 14 inches that it already was. I believe it was 14 inches. It was longer than this. I think it was like 14 inches that it came. Okay, so another thing that just really kind of I didn't like at all. If you all look closely, you can see the density of my hair. Okay, this side looks a little bit thicker than this side. Okay, the eye's not playing tricks on you. It's not the way that I manipulated the hair. That is most definitely what's going on. That is another thing about this wig. The consistency, the density is not consistent with the wig. I do have a problem with that. Okay, certain spots are way thicker than other spots. So what I have to find myself doing is trying to move the hair over to the spots that are not as thick. I shouldn't have to do all that. I've already had to cut it to, make it look like something, because I did not like that drastic cut, that drastic like length difference in it. So I already had to cut it. Now I'm having density issues because the density is not consistent throughout the whole unit, and I just feel like that's a bit much to be spending money on something like this, and you're having problems like that. That's a bit much, okay? And it has been a problem, because one side I have to put a little bit more product on, the other side a little bit less product, and then I find myself all day moving my hair off to the side that doesn't seem as thick, or trying to like tease one side, and it's really agitating. Like, it may not be a big deal to you all, but it's agitating to me. If I spend my money on something, I do want the consistency level, and I want it to be nice. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be nice. Now, if I had this wig for many years and it starts like shed and things like that, okay. But it's just in fact this wig is pretty much new. It's a month old now. Okay? So those were some problems that I have had. Now, as far as the hair, I think that the hair on this wig, I know I've just said a whole mouthful of like pretty much cons probably, but as far as the hair goes, I think this hair is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you all. I think that this hair is like, this hair is really nice. I have not experienced a lot of shedding. I have not experienced a lot. Actually, y'all, with this being curly hair, I have not really experienced almost any tangling, but you have to take into consideration this is really short curly hair. but even with that being said, you can still get tangling and things like that, tangling and matting. Haven't received tangling, haven't received any matting. The hair is super soft. That's one thing I can can say. The hair is super soft. Absolutely love the curl of this hair. I love the curl of this hair. I don't know what's about it, but I love the curl of the hair. The hair, you are going to have to put some product in it and things like that, but it pretty much keeps its shape. With that being said, I know I tell you all a lot that a lot of hair does require like manipulation. This hair, you spray some water on it, you can comb it out, and throughout the day it will dry, and then like I said, if you mess with it or pick it out, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? You don't have to put a lot of product in this. Some days I just spray like water on it, comb it out, and I go on by my day and I let it air dry on its own, and it ends up being like really fluffy and pretty. As y'all can see, like the back is like all fluffy and pretty like, but this is my thicker side, and then this side is my thinner side. Okay, and I tried my best to kind of like zhuzh it up before I kind of got on camera, because I didn't want it to be too noticeable. I don't like looking crazy or anything like that. So yeah, that's some of the things, you know, about the hair. I listed my cons, and then I just listed my pros. I think the hair is pretty nice. It's pretty okay. Now let's get into, I did contact the company about the length and the density issue. Okay, so I'm gonna read you all what they said. They said, "Hi dear, thanks so much to let me know. The different length is because same length hair." Okay, so they're saying the different lengths is because of same length hair. I don't know. In front will look shorter than in the back. Okay, the same length hair will look shorter in the front than it will in the back. Okay, so if anybody is wondering why the density is off, this is what they're saying. Let's see what else. I lost my place. Sorry, I had lost my place. But anyways, about the density, they said that they add extra density in the back, so I'm guessing that's why the density is a little off to me. But I did not experience the problems in the back. I experienced the problems more so on the side with the fullness and things like that. So with the same length, they said that it's the same length everywhere, so it'll be shorter in the front and longer in the front, shorter in the back. Okay, whatever. So hopefully that answered you all's questions as to the length and also the density. My whole thing on it is, and then I'm going to be done with it, is that I review a lot of hair. I've worked with a lot of hair, and I've just never had that type of issue or these type of issues as far as the consistency and the density. The consistency not being consistent as far as the length and the density around the head. I just have not dealt with that. I'm not sure. Maybe it's different strokes for different folks. And with that being said, maybe different companies do different things. Okay, so maybe here they construct their wigs a little different. I know a lot of wigs are handmade, so maybe they do things differently than other companies. I just have not ran into a company where the density is not consistent or the lengths are different. I just haven't. But anyways, guys, take my opinion with a grain of salt, okay? That is just my opinion, okay? Take it for what it is. I tell you all that in every video. Take my opinion for what it is. If you would like to try out this hair or this wig company, or just check them out overall, I will have links down below. Let me know if you have had any wigs from this wig company. It is called YSwigs. But let me know if you guys have had any wigs from this wig company. You know, what was your experience like? Do you think you'll be purchasing this wig, or, you know, just what's your opinion? Leave that down below, and you already know we can definitely discuss, and I will see y'all in my next one.